Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. It's a terrific evening here at the MLB Youth Academy as your Barons get set to take on the Philippines Baseball Group for the first time this season. Hello, everyone. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The Barons have generated some momentum heading into this week, winning 2 of their last 3 games, including an exciting walk-off victory this past Sunday. They have yet to string together more than 2 wins in a row this season, but will attempt to do so tonight as they look up to make some ground in the standings. It's currently 71 degrees here in the city of Compton. Another picture-perfect day for baseball. Truly blessed to have the weather that we do here in Southern California. In the first base dugout, it's the Philippines Baseball Group. They enter today's game with a record of 1-8 on the season, are led by head coach Will Picketts. Joining him on the staff are assistants Nick Alfonso and Jackson Briscoe, along with Jalen Williams. The Philippines Baseball Group is coming off a Northern California trip last week where they lost all 3 games they played in. Their most recent game was an 11-10 loss to the San Francisco Seagulls on Saturday evening. They will be in the royal blue uniforms with a red shoulder sleeve and their gray pants this afternoon. Again, they're on the first base side. Over on the third base side, rocking their navy blue home uniforms, are the Academy Barons. They enter tonight 4-8 on the young season and are coming off one of their best weeks of the year. The Barons managed a 2-3 record in 5 games. They suffered 2 one-run losses, but they showed signs that they compete at a high level this summer. In their most recent game, the Barons defeated the Conejo Oaks in come-from-behind fashion, and they walked it off thanks to a 3-run home run by Tommy Gooden in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Barons are led by head coach Kenny Landreau. Assistants on the staff are James Bishop, Lorenzo Gray, Tank Kazarian, and pitching coach AJ Monterez. We're going to take a commercial break for the national anthem and be right back after this. Back here on the MLB Academy Barons YouTube channel, just about ready for the top of the first inning. We might have an early first pitch. First pitch usually scheduled at 6:05. The team is going to take the field at 6:02. My name is Noah Alvarez. The Academy Barons will take on the Philippines Baseball Group, an affiliate team here in the California Collegiate League. It's the first time these 2 teams will meet this season because the Philippines Baseball Group is an affiliate team. They will not be able to host any games in their first year, but they are based out of LA Pierce College in the San Fernando Valley, taking on the Academy Barons here in Compton, California. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineup, starting with the visiting Philippines Baseball Group. Again, head coach is Will Picketts. Assistant coaches on the staff are Nick Alfonso, Jackson Briscoe, and Jalen Williams. Batting leadoff, it's a center fielder from Long Beach City, Eric Espinoza. In the 2 spot, it's shortstop JJ Agfum Sint. In the 3 spot, it's Ben Lee, the DH. Batting cleanup is catcher Dylan Tagiam. Nomar Vasquez will play second and bat fifth. Wyatt Lamarsna will bat sixth and play right field. And the seventh spot is third baseman Javen Boxa. Batting eighth is Owen Stevenson, the first baseman. And batting ninth, rounding out the order for the Philippines baseball group, is Noah Rodriguez, the left fielder. On the mound for the Academy Barons here in the top of the first, it's a right-hander standing at 5'11", wears number 22, Matthew Lorenzano. He competed this last season at Southeast Missouri State. He finished his junior season there. We'll get you more statistics throughout the broadcast. He's on the mound. Behind home plate, it's Gavin Taylor. And the rest of the defense looks like this. Jason Del Villar is in left field. In center, Alejandro Torres. Jacob Klanowski will play right. In the infield, it's Nathaniel Williams at third base. DJ Akiyama starting at short. At second base, it's Ethan Chip Mertz. And over at first base, Trevor Schmidt. That's the starting defense for the Academy Barons. Final throwdown from Gavin Taylor. Might have slipped on some dirt behind home plate. We're just about ready for baseball. Temperature currently at 71 degrees. A very nice evening. Temperatures have cooled off since last Monday and Tuesday when temperatures got into the low 90s. Today's high was 79 degrees, so very nice weather. So in steps Eric Espinoza. He was a late addition to the Philippines baseball group roster. First pitch from Lorenzano to him, misses downstairs. Espinoza just finished his sophomore season at Long Beach City College, right down the street from the academy. 2 pitches, 2 balls, 2-0 the count to Espinoza. It's a breaking ball over for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Lorenzano will feature a fastball, cutter, slider, sinker, and a changeup. 2 balls and 2 strike the count. Fastball in the mid to high 80s, 86 to 88 mile per hour range. 2-2, breaking ball over to Schmidt. High chopper, he gloves it and steps on the bag for the first out of today's ball game. So the Philippines baseball group, 1-8 on the season. They're an affiliate team to the California Collegiate League this season. As an affiliate team, you have to play all your games on the road. We saw the San Diego Bombers, another affiliate team here in the CCL this season. First pitch to the shortstop, Fagfum Sint, is in for strike 1. Lorenzano back to the windup. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the 0-2 from the right-hander. Drilled into left center field. Torres will cut it off. Fagfum Sint guns for second base. The throw wide of Mertz. And it's a double for the shortstop. One out double here for the Philippines baseball group. Top of the first, 1 out. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Game number 13 on the season for the Academy Barons. Runner on second, 1 out. In steps Ben Lee, the DH. Offers at the first pitch. It's a foul ball. Ben Lee is listed as a catcher on the roster for the Philippines baseball group. Spent this past season at Cal State Los Angeles. Swing and a miss for strike 2. He spent 2 seasons at Cal Poly Pomona before transferring to Cal State LA. Lee steps back in. The 0-2 from Lorenzano upstairs. 87 on the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chip Mertz holding the runner at second base. Lorenzano's 1-2 just misses outside. Two balls and two strikes, the count to the DH. Wind blowing out towards right field. In the air, foul ball. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The batter on deck is the catcher, Dylan Tagium. Now Akiyama will hold the runner at second base. 2-2, right into the 5-6 hole. Del Villar will play it on a hop. Runners at the corners now for the Philippines baseball group. Only one out in the inning. Double followed by a single. A hard hit ball too, 96 miles per hour off the bat of the DH Lee. Lee stands at first, Fagfum Sint at third base. In steps the catcher Tagium. First pitch to Tagium, delayed strike call. Just below the knees according to our strike zone on TrackMan, but it's ruled a strike by the home plate umpire. Tagium is a native to Westminster, California. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner is on the corners. Schmidt holds the runner at first base, the rest of the infield back. This one catches the edge. That's strike 3 looking. No doubt about that one. A big second out for Lorenzano. And a chance for the Barons to escape without allowing a run to come across. In steps the second baseman, Nomar Vasquez. Two outs. Runners at the corners. The breaking ball finds the corner of the zone. That's strike 1. Vasquez, a native to Lancaster, California. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Up the middle into the glove of Lorenzano as he sticks his left paw and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Philippines baseball group does get 2 runners aboard, 2 hits, but they strand both of them. Scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the first. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. The lineup for the Academy Barons looks like this. Batting leadoff is third baseman Nathaniel Williams. In the 2 spot, it's shortstop DJ Akiyama. Trevor Schmidt will play first base and bat third. In the cleanup spot, it's left fielder Jason Del Villar. Tommy Gooden, the hero from Sunday's victory over the Oaks, will bat 5th and do the DH duties. Gavin Taylor is behind home plate and bats 6th. Jacob Klanowski bats 7th and is playing right field. Center fielder Alejandro Torres is in the 8th spot and batting 9th. Rounding out the order for the Academy Barons is Ethan Chip Mertz. That's what the starting lineup looks like for the Academy Barons. On the mound for the Philippines baseball group is Jacob Badillo. Badillo is making his first start of the season. Jacob Badillo will be on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. We mentioned it's his first start of his season this year for the Philippines. Has made 4 other appearances this year. He's a native of Palmdale as well. We mentioned one of the hitters for the Philippines baseball group, a native to Palmdale. Has pitched 7 innings thus far, given up 12 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. and has only given up 2 earned runs, an ERA of 2.57 through those 7 innings this summer. But it's the first start of the year for Jacob Badillo, 6'1". Spent this past spring at Cal State LA, redshirted and didn't get to play in any games for the program. First base umpire makes his way from the third base dugout. Didn't see what the conversation was had between him and the Academy Barons coaching staff. Does look like both teams are ready for play. Now the first base umpire is going to talk with head coach Will Picketts of the Philippines. Williams will lead things off. The defense for the Philippines baseball group will look like this. In the outfield from left to right, Noah Rodriguez, Eric Espinoza, and Wyatt Lamarsna in right field will round it off. In the infield, Owen Stevenson at first base, Nomar Vasquez at second, JJ Fagfum Sint at short, and at third, Javen Baxa. Another discussion being had between the home plate umpire and first base umpire. Not too sure what the conversation is. Top of the first inning went relatively smoothly. So we're unsure of what exactly is going on, but it does look like the first base umpire is walking with head coach Kenny Landreau and manager TJ Jordan, along with one of the other assistant coaches for the Academy Barons. There might be something in the right field grass that might be disrupting the right fielder, and he brought it to the attention of the first base umpire. So it looks like we're going to have to wait before the bottom of the first inning starts. In the meantime, let's go ahead and talk to you about the upcoming schedule for the Academy Barons. It's the first of 4 home games this week. They'll host 4 of 5 games. Tonight, they're taking on the Philippines baseball group. Tomorrow night, they'll take on the Orange County Riptide here at the MLB Youth Academy for the first time this season. On Friday, they'll travel to Pasadena to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Philippines baseball group returns to the Academy on Saturday, June 28th. On Sunday, the Barons will host the Arroyo Seco Saints for the final game of the weekend. First pitch scheduled at 1:05 for the Sunday game. Both Wednesday and Saturday will be 6:05 first pitch. That's the upcoming schedule for the Barons this week. Tonight, Wednesday, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Friday, they're on the road at Pasadena to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. When looking at the standings here in the CCL South Division, the Santa Barbara Foresters are in first with a record of 10-2. And then there's a trio of teams tied with 7 wins, but the Saints currently half a game up with only 4 losses to their record. They're 7-4. The Oaks are right behind them with a record of 7-5. And then right behind them, a half game back of the Oaks, is the Orange County Riptide of 7-6. The Academy Barons are alone in 5th at a record of 4-8. The Bombers are 2-6. The Waves are 1-3. Philippines baseball group on the season is 1-8. They won their first game of the season. Check that. They won their second game of the season. Have since lost 7 straight games. The Philippines baseball group. The Barons picked up their first non-Friday victory on Sunday as they defeated the Oaks in walk-off fashion. 8-7 was the final score. Now it does look like one of the maintenance crew members here at the Academy will drive over on the outfield grass to right field to address the issue. So it might be a longer break than we initially thought. We'll cut to a commercial break as they get the issue figured out in right field and return with the bottom of the first inning. So there was a divot over in right field that the right fielder, Wyatt Lamarsna, brought to the first base umpire's attention. The divot was filled. You still have to wait the first pitch of the bottom of the first inning because the opening in left field where the tractor came from, still currently open. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. If you're supporting one of the players here this summer in the 2025 season, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live. We'll stream all the home games this season. When the Barons hit the road, you'll have to go to the the hosting team's broadcast. Most teams stream on the YouTube channel. Bottom of the first, Williams watches a first pitch in there for strike one. Williams, Akiyama, and Schmidt will lead things off in this half of the inning. Foul ball to the left side, out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Badillo on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. Bottom of the first inning. 0-2 count. Outside for ball 3. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Foul ball to the left side. Out of play. Upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 the count to Williams. Leads the team in batting average this season. .471 in 8 starts for the Barons this summer. Williams makes the pitcher work. Back-to-back foul balls here. Williams spent this past spring at Santa Ana College. He trained at the MLB Youth Academy growing up, along with his brothers. Another foul ball towards the left side and out of play. It's a 2 ball and 2 strike count. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. 2-2 one more time in the air into left field. Coming in is Rodriguez. Rodriguez, I believe, lost it in the air, and it drops in front of him for the first base runner of the afternoon for the Academy Barons. A leadoff single for Williams. In steps Akiyama. 2 switch hitters at the top of the order for the Barons. Williams and Akiyama can hit from both sides of the plate. Trevor Schmidt, a left-hander, waits on deck. First baseman Owen Stevenson holds the runner. Williams has shown aggressiveness on the base path thus far. Not always stealing a bag or attempting to steal, but he does get off to big secondaries. Makes the pitcher throw over to first or second. Tries to throw off the rhythm of the pitcher. Badillo comes set for the 0-1. In the air into shallow center. Another tough play for Espinoza, but he does have time to grab it for the first out of the inning. 1 out, 1 runner on. Bottom of the first. In steps Trevor Schmidt. Trevor Schmidt played this past spring at Fullerton College. Had a pretty remarkable 2-year career at Fullerton. As a freshman, he won the Orange Empire Conference MVP. The Orange Empire Conference is one of the best conferences in the community college baseball scene. Badillo over to first. Williams is active over at first base, as we mentioned. Schmidt on the season has posted a .325 batting average. Outside for ball 1. Schmidt makes his 10th start of the season. On the edge of the zone for strike one. One ball and one strike to count. Runner on first, one out. Jason Delviar is the batter on deck. Foul tip into the glove. That's strike two. Badillo comes set. Catcher sets up outside. It misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schmidt does hit for some power. He's one of 3 Barons players on the roster that has 2 home runs. Williams at first base. And we'll see Tommy Gooden later in the lineup. The 2-2, a foul ball to the left side. Schmidt committed to play baseball at Grand Canyon University this upcoming school year. Upstairs for ball 3. 3-2 the count. We'll see if Williams takes off on the pitch. There's only 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Williams takes off. It's ball 4. Schmidt watches that one go upstairs. Runners on first and second. In steps Jason Delviar. Delviar is one of 4 players this season to have double-digit hits. Exactly 10 hits on the season. Williams, Akiyama, and Schmidt are the other 3 players on that list. Delviar has been asked to play outfielder on the roster. He's listed as an infielder, first baseman, and second baseman, but has played the corner outfields pretty well for the Barons defensively. Gets the start in left field today. On Sunday, he played in right. First pitch to him is a ball inside. Delviar did have a big double in the bottom of the 9th inning to make it a 7-4. Check that 7-5 game in Sunday's game against the Oaks. He was the batter before Tommy Gooden in the lineup. He was at second base when Tommy Gooden hit the walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. That gave the Barons an 8-7 victory. It was a big inning for the Barons to come from behind. They were down 7-3 entering the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 1-0 to VR. Swing and miss. 1-1 the count. Delviar played this past spring at Sonoma State. Foul ball out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schmidt is at first base. Williams is at second. Barons 4-8 on the season. Philippines baseball group 1-8 on the year. Down and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Delviar, before Sonoma State, spent 2 seasons at San Bernardino Valley Junior College. He's a native to Corona. Foul ball to the left side, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Del Villar steps back in. Jacob Badillo back onto the rubber. Tommy Gooden, the batter, on deck. Foul tip into the glove, and that's strike 3. So Del Villar is set down via the strikeout. Both runners stay put at where they're at. A big out number 2 for Jacob Badillo on the mound. It's his first start of the season for the Philippines baseball group. In steps Tommy Gooden, the DH. Had a monster game on Sunday, 2 for 5 with 2 home runs, a total of 4 RBIs. Generous strike call there for Badillo on the mound. The 0-1 to Gooden. Sends this into left field, drifting away from the fielder, Rodriguez. Rodriguez falls to his knees, can't make the catch. Williams will score. Schmidt gets the wave around third base. Here's the throw from the cutoff man. Not going to be in time. A 2 RBI double for Tommy Gooden. It's a 2-0 score in the bottom of the first inning. So the Barons strike first in the bottom of the first inning. Their second hit of the afternoon as a Tommy Gooden double down the line. Shows some opposite field power. He's on second base. Still 2 outs in the inning for the Philippines baseball group. In steps Gavin Taylor, the catcher. First pitch, strike 2, Taylor on the breaking ball. Taylor makes his 9th start of the season. He's hitting .261 on the year. Another breaking ball. This one misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor leads the team with 10 walks on the season. Tied for the team lead with 8 RBIs. He was the player in the game in the Friday night victory over the Conejo Oaks. On the ground for the third baseman, Boxa. Skips the throw over to first. It's in time to get Taylor, and that's out number 3. The Barons do strike first in the bottom of the first inning. They lead 2-0. Top of the second. When we return, due up for the Philippines will be 6, 7, 8. Wyatt Lamarsno will lead things off. Top of the second inning. Wyatt Lamarsno will get things started for the visiting Philippines baseball group. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Barons are 4-8 on the season, looking for back-to-back wins. It would be the first time this year they string together back-to-back wins if they can hang on for a victory. 2-0 is the score in the top of the second. Foul ball out of play to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes quickly. Matthew Lorenzano still on the mound. Catches the zone for strike 3. And the first out of the top of the second is a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 of the outing for Mr. Lorenzano. In steps the third baseman, Javen Boxa. We'll have to wait the first pitch. Boxa back into the batter's box. Outside for ball 1. Breaking ball finds the top of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Chases one outside the zone. Stuff really moving for Lorenzano here this evening. Second start of the year. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to the third baseman, Boxa. Offers and fouls this back out of play. Count remains at 1-2. Swing and miss. That's strikeout number 3 of the outing. Out number 2 for Lorenzano. 2 down. In steps the 8-hitter, Owen Stevenson. It's the second start of the year for Matthew Lorenzano. Last Tuesday, he went 3 innings against the San Diego Bombers, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits, and was hit with the loss as he left the game with the Barons trailing. First pitch outside to Stevenson. His first appearance came back on June 6th as a reliever. Into the air for Klanowski in right field. Makes the catch, no problem over there in right field. 1-2-3 inning for Lorenzano and the Barons. On to the bottom of the second we go. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live and stream the Academy Barons games here from the MLB Youth Academy. We'll stay on during this inning break. In the bottom of the second, we'll see the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Jacob Klanowski, Alejandro Torres, and Ethan Mertz. Jacob Badia will be back on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. They're an affiliate team in the CCL. Head coach Will Pickett's. Assistants on the staff are Nick Alfonso, Jackson Briscoe, and Jalen Williams. For the Academy Barons, they're led by head coach Kenny Landro, who spent 11 years in the majors, won a World Series with the Los Angeles Dodgers back in 1981. Also on the staff are James Bishop, Lorenzo Gray, and pitching coach AJ Monterez. Also assistant coach Tank Kazarian, that's the coaching staff for the Academy Barons. We'll have a few interviews for you today. We're hoping to have 3, JJ Nielsen and Hunter Backstrom, the players, coming on during the broadcast, something we have been doing this summer so far with the new equipment that we have compared to last year. We can have the player interviews on during the broadcast. And don't forget, if you missed the interview live, you can always go back and watch the replay. The live streams will stay on the YouTube channel, and we'll timestamp the interviews in the description. First pitch downstairs to Klanowski. So if you go back to Sunday's game, you can listen to the interview with Jacob Klanowski. Fun conversation with him, talking hockey, baseball, his career, things that he liked. A lot of different things that Klanowski had to share for us on the broadcast. Stayed on about an inning and a half. 1-1 misses downstairs. 2-1 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Barons lead 2-0. On the ground, over to first. No problem there for Stevenson. Touches the bag for out number 1. 3 unassisted for keeping score at home. In steps Alejandro Torres, another player we've had on the broadcast this summer. A Sacramento native gets the start in center field tonight. He made a big impact for the Barons on Sunday's victory as well. Finished the game 2 for 4. Showed some aggressive base running. Generated a run. First pitch strike to Torres. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch misses down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Torres. 1 out of the inning. Badillo on the mound. First start of the season for the red shirt from Cal State LA. Chopper over to shortstop. No problem for Fagfum Sint. Throws it over to first in time. 2 up, 2 down for the Barons in the bottom of the second.
Going to the plate for the Barons, number 9, second baseman, Alvarez.
In steps the 9-hitter, Chip Mertz. Ball 1 to the second baseman. J.J. Nielsen will get the day off with Mertz in the starting lineup. Williams moves over to third base. 2-0 the count. Mertz is probably the youngest player on the team. Just finished his senior season at Canyon High School. Most of the other players on the roster has recorded a season at the collegiate level. Last year, Isaac Ocampo, the catcher, was the only player to come out of high school after his senior season. On the ground, over to second for Vasquez. On to first in time, and the Barons are retired 1-2-3. Down in order in the bottom of the second inning. To the top of the third we go. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. We'll come back after this break. Noah Rodriguez will lead things off for the Philippines baseball group. It's a foul ball off the mask of Taylor. Taylor seems to be all right. First pitch strike to Rodriguez. Played this past season at Fullerton College along with fellow Baron Trevor Schmidt. Also from Fullerton College is one of the pitchers. Isaac Fernandez was a redshirt this past spring. It's a breaking ball for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. 9-1-2 due up in the top of the third for the Philippines baseball group. Down 2-0. Decides to lay off. We'll reset the defense for you this half inning as well. On the outer edge, that strikeout number 4. The third strikeout looking for Lorenzano. It's been a relatively wide zone. Favorable call for Lorenzano and the Barons. As a hitter, you got to adjust to the wide zone. Now in the top of the third inning, both teams have sent 9 men to the plate. So they have to have a feel for the zone by now. In steps the leadoff man, Eric Espinoza. Lorenzano's first pitch to him is a check swing. Lorenzano really feeling himself at the moment. 0-1 the count. Misses the edge. 1-1. Lorenzano didn't play much at Southeast Missouri State this spring. However, was a ace in the pitching rotation for Mount Sac a year ago. 1 ball and 2 strikes. At Mount Sac in 2024, he made 15 starts and posted an ERA of 3.81. Foul ball into the padding. Pitched 89 innings. Finished with a 10-2 record, 87 strikeouts in those 89 innings. The Mounties just won the 3C2A state championship a season after Lorenzano played for the Mounties. The 1-2. On the outer edge, that's strike 3. Very identical pitch that he threw to Rodriguez. 2 up, 2 down. Going back to the first inning. That's the 7th man he's retired in a row. Lorenzano did give up 2 singles, or 1 double and a single in the first inning. But he stranded both those runners on base. In steps the shortstop, Fagfum Sint. Upstairs for ball 1. Breaking ball misses. 2-0 the count. Fagfum Sint hit a double in the first inning. Was stranded at third base to end the inning. That breaking ball does find the zone. Lorenzano works quickly. Strike 2 after a foul ball. Next pitch will be number 45 of the outing. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count, 2 outs, nobody on base. Top of the third. Outside for ball 3. Batter on deck is Ben Lee if the Philippines can extend the inning. Outside for ball 4. So Lorenzano loses the hitter, a 2-out base runner. It ends a streak of 7 straight batters retired in order. Lorenzano does already have 5 strikeouts on the outing. Here's the first pitch to Lee. On the edge for strike 1. Lee hit a single in the first inning. Those runners at the corners before Lorenzano struck out Tagium and then was able to get Vasquez to line out. This is a line drive into shallow center over the head of Akiyama. So a pair of base runners with 2 outs on the top of the third for the Philippines. Fagfum Sint is at second base. Ben Lee is at first. In steps the catcher Tagium. He struck out looking on 3 pitches in the first inning. On the ground, up the middle. Mertz can't get to it. It gets into center field. Torres will come up firing. Here's the throw to Taylor. Taylor applied the tag, and the shortstop is ruled out at home plate. What a bang-bang play as Torres makes a strong throw up the third base line, just a tad. Ruled at 8-2 for out number 3 after the single by Tagium. My name is Noah Alvarez. To the bottom of the third we go. Barons hanging on to a 2-0 lead when we come back. Bottom of the third inning, Barons lead 2-0.
Pulling up from the Barons in the bottom of the third inning, number 6, Nathaniel Williams.
Williams will lead things off. It's the top of the order for the Academy Barons. Williams reached on a single. Came around to score on the RBI double by Tommy Gooden. First pitch is in the dirt. Badillo on the mound again for the Philippines baseball group. Third inning of work. He worked a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second. Able to retire the side in order in the bottom part of the order. Inside for ball 3. 3 straight misses to Williams. Pitchers have been very careful to him this season. Has really put on a show at the plate. Watches that one find the zone. On the ground, up the middle, and it'll find its way into center field for a leadoff hit for the Barons. Stays put at first base. In steps another switch hitting middle infielder, DJ Akiyama. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat. The shortstop is a native to Aya, Hawaii. Spent this past season at Campbell University. Runner on first. Checks his swing, but home plate umpire says it's strike 1. We'll reset the defense for the Philippines baseball group in this half of the inning. A throw over to Stevenson at first. Nomar Vasquez is playing second. At short, JJ Fagfum Sint. At third, Javen Baxa. Behind home plate, it's Dylan Tagium. Runner takes off for second. Here's the throw from Tagium. On the hop, Fagfum Sint was able to make a clean pick. It's a stolen base for Williams. Ball downstairs. 1-1 the count to Akiyama. There's a runner in scoring position for the Barons. In the outfield from left to right, Noah Rodriguez, Eric Espinoza, and Wyatt Lamarsna. Defense for the visiting Philippines baseball group. Akiyama awaits the 1-1 from Badillo. On the ground, over to first baseman. Takes a wild hop out, in and out of the glove. Badillo steps on the bag after making the pick, but first base umpire says he's safe. Tough play for the first baseman. We saw a few bad hops in the game against the Oaks on Sunday. That one took another hop. It still stayed in the glove of Stevenson, but then it popped out, and that allowed just enough time for Akiyama, an infield single, as Stevenson did have to range far to his right to make the play. Anything but routine. Tagiam momentarily lost it, but finds it quickly. Moving to third on the infield single is Williams. There's runners at the corners for the Barons. They lead 2-0. Badillo throws over to check in on Akiyama. He's back in standing. Next pitch will be number 54, Badillo. Schmidt awaits the first pitch. Another move over to first. Akiyama goes to a slide this time. Schmidt drew a walk, came around to score on the RBI double by Tommy Gooden. Downstairs for ball one. Schmidt played high school baseball at Servite, a member of the Trinity League, along the likes of Mater Dei, Orange Lutheran, J. Sarah. A lot of good private schools in that league. In on the hands for ball two. Right out of high school, Schmidt was committed to University of Arizona. Three-0 the count to Schmidt. Another move over to first. Third throw over to check in on Akiyama. Drives this one into the air to center field. Espinoza over to his left a couple steps. Williams will test the arm. Here's the throw down to home. Not going to be in time. Williams touches home plate. Third run of the game. Sacrifice fly for Trevor Schmidt. 3-0 is the score. It's the first out of the inning. Akiyama stayed at first. So runner on first, one out. In steps Jason Del Villar. So home plate umpire says it hit the knob of the bat. Del Villar was trying to sell it as if he got hit in the hands or on the wrist. So a foul ball. Del Villar struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Second pitch of the at-bat is inside for ball one. 1-1 the count. Move over to first. Akiyama back in standing. Del Villar had a monster season for San Bernardino Valley in 2024, a season ago. He had 354 in 40 starts for the Wolverines. On the ground over to the third baseman, a wicked hop, sends it into left field. Akiyama heads for third. Del Villar heads for second. The tag, not in time. Akiyama beats the throw at third base. And it's a double for the Barons. Runners in scoring position, one on second, one on third, one out in the inning. Another dangerous hitter here in Tommy Gooden. Before Tommy Gooden gets his second at-bat of the evening, we're going to have a mound visit. So first mound visit of the evening for the Philippines baseball group and pitcher Jacob Badillo. That last pitch was number 56 on the outing. He's given up 5 hits already, 3 runs, all of which have been earned. He only has 1 strikeout. And he issued 1 walk to Trevor Schmidt back in the first inning. 3-0 is the score. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. First of 4 home games this week. If you can make it out to the ballpark, we highly suggest you do. Right off the 91 freeway,